I was born here in the Coachella Valley, and I knew that at some point I wanted to explore other places to live, always with the thought that I would return to the Coachella Valley. So for college, I went to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, and thereafter I moved to Durham, North Carolina, where I attended law school and graduate school. So after practicing law in North Carolina for about 10 years, the time came for me to return home. This is where my family is, my mother, my brothers, my nephews, and nieces. And I also wanted to raise my son in the Coachella Valley. I have a 14-year-old son. His name is Cameron, and Cameron has proven himself and developed into a compassionate, driven, smart young man. And so I remind my son that my father, his name was Lena Wade, was a pioneer here in the Coachella Valley. He was one of the first African-American physicians, and he had a practice actually in Coachella. And then also he opened a practice in Palm Desert. And so I remind Cameron that my father, his grandfather, has created big shoes for us to fill. And it's our duty and our responsibility to carry on what my father had started. Slovak, Barron, MP, Murphy, and Pinckney began in Palm Springs, and we have offices in Costa Mesa, San Diego, New Jersey, New York, and now Indian Wells. So my partner, Renelle, and I were tasked with the challenge of opening the Indian Wells office because we wanted to make our presence known in the eastern part of the Coachella Valley. With respect to the number of attorneys we have approximately 23 attorneys. So the attorneys at SBEMP are very talented, creative, and dedicated attorneys. But not only that, most of them are very involved in the community. So you'll find many of our attorneys serving in leadership positions in many of the nonprofits throughout the Coachella Valley. When I'm not working, I do participate in different nonprofits. And so for Fine Food Bank, I serve as the vice chair. And recently I've become a director for the Desert Best Friends Closet. Also recently I've been elected to be a trustee on the Board of Trustees for the Desert Bar Association. So the charities I've chosen to participate with actually mean a lot to me because they give a lot to the community. And we were able to see this particularly displayed during this time of COVID. So with Fine Food Bank, the demand for food just skyrocketed. And it was important for me to be amongst those who were able to make sure that food was available for all those in need.